Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak, and welcome to a new segment for today. Today's Friday, March 18th. For all of you whose name is Joseph, happy St. Joseph's Day. Right now, it's 37 degrees here in Chicago with a 27 degree Fahrenheit wind chill, or 3 degrees Celsius, minus 3 degrees Celsius wind chill. It's sunny today. Today we're going to do a rabbit's foot fern. Now this is something to get your grandchildren, or those of you that are young, to get your children interested into bonsai. It's a nice little plant. It's got little fur paws on it, so the kids can pet it. It feels like fur. I got a broken pot here. All I did was put some hot glue, or you could put some silicone on the broken edge and sand it real lightly, and then just dip it in some sand, and you have a nice little pot with your little rabbit in there for the kids. But the ferns are real easy to grow. It's a good potting mix: 2 parts peat moss, 1 part worm castings, 1 part sand, or you can use perlite. Don't put it in direct sun because it'll scorch the fronds or the leaves. I usually, in the wintertime, I keep it in a basement by a north window. Or right now I got it on a small table in the basement, and I got a flat of them still. I got about 8 of them, where I keep them on the floor, but on top of the table, about that much off the floor. Keeps them green all winter long. Main thing is to water them when they get dry, and just spray the leaves so it keeps them good. And then in the spring, summer, and fall, I put them in the corner of my yard where it just gets evening sun, and it's perfect for them. They like a temperature between 70 and 75 if you can do it, but keep it below, don't let it drop below 55 degrees because they don't like it. Now for a container, an egg container they sell for Easter, they're like $1 for maybe 1 or 2 in a little package. And all I did was drill the holes in there, put a piece of screen in here, cheap little pot, but a nice little pot for the kids. So what I'm going to do first is take the rabbit out of the pot. Well, first, before we do that, let's cut off the parts that ain't too good from sitting all winter. We'll dip it, and we'll just cut off anything that's no good. Don't worry about cutting some of the fronds off. It ain't gonna hurt. Or some of the feet. All you want to do is to have a nice little plant so your kids can enjoy it. Something different. You can go to the store, find them any place. But you can see the little feet coming out. So all you do is just clip off the dead stuff. See what you can find. In winter they're usually dormant, but they still stay nice and green for you. Cut some of these off. Now say you cut off some of the fronds, you can always put them in perlite and make a little container, bury them under the perlite, so you have like a little greenhouse. Put it in a plastic bag, open it once in a while, every day, to let the air circulation so you don't get no mold or nothing, and they'll grow. We'll have some nice little baby plants. We'll take it out of the pot, and all we'll do is take some of the soil off. So we can fit it into our pot. Now these plants are very resilient, so we're just gonna cut it. And all you want this for is to fit in the pot and have something for the kids or grandkids to have get them started into bonsai. because in a way you can put like a little house there around the plant, and it'll look like a little forest. So don't be afraid. Cut it back. And that should fit in there pretty good. And this is called, I usually use the white rabbit's foot fern. They have a squirrel's foot fern too. It's a little darker in color, but I find this to be pretty good. Take our soil, put it on the side. I got my mixture all made up. You can see how nice it looks with the sand and the worm castings and the peat moss. Real nice fine mixture. So all we're gonna do is put some in a container. Now we could cut this in half to make it fit, but I think it'll fit in there real nice. Yes, it does. Put it to the side. Put some more of our potting medium in there. Hands are good. It's good to get your hands in the soil, get them dirty. Why not? You did that when you were a kid. I bet you can remember that. Just push it in real good. Don't be afraid. Get a nice push all the soil into the pot. Now you can see this was grown in perlite, but I'm using sand. Don't worry about the fronds being fallen off, she'll grow new ones. Now it's not hard to do when it's something real simple and easy. And if you look at it, once we get it in here real good, dip and snip off the dead frond. Now this has a little bit of a foot on it, so I'm going to put this in perlite and see if I can get it to grow and have a nice little baby plant. And then I can get a little rabbit. You can find these cheap at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or wherever you want to look. Let me water it in real good. Give it a nice soaking. Now remember, try to moisten your leaves every day because they like it and it works out pretty good for them. And if your house is super dry, then water, wet the leaves at least 3 times a day. Or if you have a bathroom that has a north-facing window, even a south-facing window, as long as the sunlight ain't direct on them and having them to burn, it'll grow nice for you. Now, I want to thank Joanna from Smallscapes. She hooked me up into some sheet moss, so you can always put a little bit of sheet moss in there. She has a Smallscape video. You should, if you like to do Smallscapes, she's got a nice one. I'll put a link below into her YouTube channel if you want to check it out. But just put a little bit of the moss on there. It's green. It's something for the children. it looks almost like a small forest, even though it's not. All you gotta do is take a rag. They got the little egg, a cheap bonsai container, easy to use. And there you have it. And you got your little rabbit peeking out of the ground so that the kids can see it. Something different, something novel for the kids to do. And if you really look at it, it looks like a little miniature forest. So don't be afraid to try it. Easy. And the grandkids or your children will love it because it's something for them to look. And once the fronds start to grow, they got something to pet, like a little rabbit's foot. So I thank you for coming to my video today. Today's dance night, Friday night, big band night. Pull yourself up a hot cup of tea. Kick the kitchen chairs and tables out of the way. Grab your wife or your loved one. Put on some good old-time radio, big band music, dance, and then sit down and relax and enjoy the evening. So take care, everyone, and thank you for coming to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors.